out of somebody else introduced this last bit because I don't know how to.
Okay, okay.
I don't
Out
either
of
because are we embarrassed? Or are we not?
no, well,
I'm
I'll
not
start my
embarrassed about
embarrassment.
anything. I just
So this
No, no,
all
no, no.
started.
But like, uh, are these people we know we shouldn't like, or are we just
We
going for
could
those
do
that we do?
both. We could do both.
Okay.
Well, I
I
think this is a little bit of just ones that have stuck with us, ones we're like Jesus Christ. Because I'll start. I'll introduce this. If the
Okay.
world doesn't know, we'll start off. We'll go way back in time. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. They gave birth to a child named Chet. I posted a post about Chet Hanks because he had talked about his parents getting coronavirus. Oh, it's a weird news story we actually missed of Tom Hanks having coronavirus.
yeah.
Ooh.
Insane. Insane, weird. But yes, this started with his son doing a viral post, and I posted, I would let this person do bad things to me. We'll keep it PG. Um, and Tori said, EJ, we need to have a therapy session about your embarrassing crushes because I've mentioned Post Malone, now Chet Hanks. It's fine. Alan joined in as well. So we all kind of decided, you know what we should talk about? Celebrity crushes. One, I wanted something light, and I love that this is a light subject for all of us. Because I think each one of us has a weird crush deep down inside that I think is gonna be really interesting to find out.
What do you
But
mean
yeah, so
one?
yes, because I have some odd ones that again I want to go through childhood ones I even had where I was in
Mm-hmm.
love with Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws. My entire upbringing, I thought he was the coolest guy in the world. And then I just recently saw Richard Dreyfuss at a con, and he is a crazy person, like a crazy man. But yeah, so yeah, this is how this all happened. Was I need therapy because I like problematic men. Um, Chet Hanks being one of them. If no one's ever seen Chet Hanks, he is Tom Hanks' son, and I don't know how that happened.
He looks like a Chet, man.
He does look like a Chet.
He
Colin
does.
Hanks
I don't
is
even know what that means, but it doesn't seem good.
yeah. Well, look at Colin Hanks. He looks like a young strapping lad named
I
Colin.
love Colin
I
Hanks.
do
If
too.
we were going to choose, I'm Colin Hanks all the way. He is precious in Mad Men.
They um they have different mothers, don't they?
Yes, they do. Rita
Yes.
Wilson is him. I don't know. I don't know Tom Hanks's
His
bed
first
history,
wife.
so
I don't know who she. I don't remember her name, but
she's not Miss Rita Wilson, who is a legend icon and star as well. So,
I
but
mean,
no, yes, and I guess I would be on Team Chet, who at one point had a Jamaican accent and would say things like "tings." So that was
Yeah,
fun.
that
That was
that's not cool. That was what I knew him for. Everyone was like, "Watch this white man embarrass himself." Yeah.
yeah, his like Jamaican patois or whatever was just great. Which again, he might have spent a lot of time listening to like English rap, which is very much inspired by that right now as well. So who knows? He's a strange person. He's a rapper. I follow him on Instagram. It's a mess. But yeah, so yes, let's get into fun people we've had crushes on. I'm gonna start off with my first one ever. Before, well, about the same time as Richard Dreyfuss, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I was in love, still am. She is the most wholesome, nice lady ever. Sarah Michelle Gellar on Buffy, in Scooby Doo, uh, All My Children. She was on that soap opera when she was growing up. I watched that. Yeah, that was my first major crush. I'm not embarrassed by it because she's awesome, but that does
She
make her
is.
one of my favorite actresses, and that's more embarrassing. That Sarah Michelle Gellar is a favorite actress of mine. That's more embarrassing than the crush part. 'Cause her and her amazing husband, Freddie Prinze Jr., have been together forever. Unproblematic couple in Hollywood. That's rare. So
yeah, who would have figured that like Freddie Prinze Jr. would be like an all around pretty decent guy from all accounts? Like,
yelled at annoying Star Wars fans recently. That was great
that was
too.
good.
So
That was good. I loved it.
yeah,
It's his best work.
I yeah, I enjoy him. I think she's great. They have cute kids, and she was Daphne in the like goddamn Scooby Doo movies, which I just watched both of them. So
Yeah, the
good.
James Gunn Scooby Doo movies.
No, not so much the second one,
Did he
which
not
is
do the
less.
second one?
He's there, but it's less of a James Gunn movie. Like no one is as sexualized as that first movie.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one because I saw the first one.
Ooh,
So
ooh, the second one's an actual Scooby Doo movie. Like it's good. Seth Green and Alicia Silverstone are both in it. It's amazing. Watch it.
wonderful, wonderful.
But
I'll
yeah, I
make
want to
I'll
hear
make
someone
time
else's.
for it.
We'll loop back to me eventually because I have a sad one.
Great. I thought that was the sad one, but oh no,
No.
the not Sarah Michelle Gellar, obviously. Chet Hanks.
Oh no. There's more bottom of the barrel.
Okay. I don't have.
Below Chet and below Post Malone.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't have
in
any.
between. Okay, this person is in between. I would say Post Malone's the low point in my life. I'll just say it now. Shia LaBeouf, from the bag on his head
Oh,
to his acting role in Nymphomaniac. Holes. I have seen the movie Holes just because he's in
yeah,
it.
me too. Yeah.
Um,
No, I
he-
used in fact, you know what? I used to love him, and I remember coming over to America when I was younger. Actually, I think I went to the Caribbean once, and they were busily pirating the Disney Channel, and that was in even Stevens' prime
mhm.
life, and I had a thing for him.
He's cute. I mean, he had a charming quality even in the Transformers movie, which I always mind blown that he sat through all of those and hates them so much. But art house Shia LaBeouf has been a fun era. I wish he wasn't so tooly because I actually think he's a hell of an actor.
Well, I would say,
yeah.
I mean, you saw Honey Boy, right?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
phenomenal in that film.
Yeah, like I think we spoke about it. Just like that, I'm really glad I saw that because I feel like that gives context. I'm not, he's a bit of a douche. I shouldn't really excuse his behavior as such, but watching that, like he really dug deep for that.
And I mean, other than the
it's
one
a
time
great film.
he yelled at a police officer. Truly,
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, I will take Shia LaBeouf getting drunk and yelling at cops than like other bad celebrities. So again, he's not the bottom of the barrel, but
No.
he is
No.
one of those ones where like I always laugh at she's a UK singer, Fka Twigs. She
Yeah.
has dated Shia LaBeouf and Robert Pattinson, and I hate
Yeah.
that me and her have the same taste in men. Like it's insane. I'm upset that me and her are both like, yep. She has a very distinct type then. Grungy men, doesn't matter where they're from.
I have to come back to a point. I don't think Post Malone is. I mean, maybe as far as physical attractiveness, but as far as just being a human being, I don't think he is below Chet Hanks.
No, Post Malone's like actual like a sweet
Uh.
like anime loving angel baby, which is insane. Like what he looks like is not who he is,
Yeah.
which is my crush on him. Is like, oh, like you wear like gas station t-shirts with cats on it. You're so sweet. Like, but yeah, good. I guess Chet Hanks would be lower. Cultural appropriation is a little lower. Wee bit. No,
Oh,
Alan, tell me
dear.
about you. I want to know your girl crushes growing up, or even a man crush you've had. I feel like you've talked about those before.
Oh, man crush is eternally young, like early '80s Harrison Ford, like forever.
Oh, well,
Oh.
maybe.
It's,
I mean,
yeah,
please.
it's not
I mean,
embarrassing, but if
oh,
somehow like
no.
like
No.
if he came to me now and was like, "I'd like to kiss you," I'd just be like, "You know what? Just for who you were, baby."
Well,
But-
also you guys have the same personality now, so you have just turned into old man Harrison Ford, or he has evolved into like 30-year-old Alan. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm not gonna lie. Like 80s Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. Yes, please. I mean, I hate him because like the way they've written most of Harrison Ford's characters is at the very least incredibly sexist. But you know what? I'm fine with it.
yeah,
I'm fine
yeah,
with it if
he
it comes
gets
in
away
that
with
package.
it. Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
I feel like he is so incredibly not sexist or doesn't come off that way. So I never mind him playing it because I'm always just like, good, you play these stupid guys because you're not like that. You're special, Harrison.
Yeah. We know you don't mean it.
Yeah, that's I think where some guys play those characters and you're like, ew, this is why I don't like you.
yeah.
I'm looking
It's
at
like-
you, Miles Teller.
But it's like '70s Harrison Ford. I'm just like, yeah, I can take it or leave it. But somehow, like, when he gets like his mid 30s, he hits his
Mhm.
mid 30s. It's like, well, that's a fucking man.
Yeah, it stops for me
I think
around
that's
Air
a
Force One.
brilliant strap line that Harrison Ford will carry with him through the rest of his life with pride.
Man.
Alan Christen, 2020. Well, that's the fucking man.
Yeah, I think Air Force One mid '90s is the dividing line. Like, and it comes on quick because, like, in Presumed Innocent, he's still, Harrison Ford.
It's the
Like-
same thing with Richard Gere. He was hot in like what's the first movie with Julia Roberts?
Pretty Woman.
Woman.
Pretty Woman. And then by the time Runaway Bride comes, long hair, grayed, not so much. I don't know
Yeah.
what happens. So it happens quick to those. The 90s was rough for a lot
Yes.
of white dudes. it
Say no
seems.
to Mothman Prophecies era of Richard Gere. Yeah, other than that, I don't have a lot of embarrassing celebrity crushes. I don't think I have any. When I was little and I first saw Star Wars, I really loved Natalie Portman. I mean, Episode 1, I really loved Natalie Portman. And then the eternal one is Jennifer Connelly. So much so that we did Dark City for my birthday on 4-color film, and I got in a little bit of trouble for being like, "Ooh, Jennifer Connelly."
Oh, and I
I
feel
got
so
some
bad for you.
sideways glances from my
My
wife.
first time seeing her was Requiem for a Dream, so I never I never came around to the wow, she's a stunner because I've only seen her methed out in a movie. I've seen her in stuff after, but she's a actress that I liked Labyrinth a lot. Or is that where your first crush started? Was a Labyrinth or a Rocketeer? You seem like more of the Rocketeer kid.
I'd probably be the Rocketeer before that. I'm pretty sure I saw Rocketeer before I saw Labyrinth. So yeah, that's probably where it started. I'm trying to think of what else. What else got me? I don't
Oh, the Hulk. That was also you being like a little.
know.
Because I don't
Yeah.
see young Alan being like, man, a beautiful mind. I sat there that whole movie to see her.
Yeah, her as Betty Ross and Hulk. I think that was a big one too.
Speaking of that, real quick, I will say I had a crush on Russell Crowe until about 2008 when I don't know what happened to Russell Crowe. Um,
Oh God, yeah.
he was so like Gladiator. Russell Crowe was like a Hollywood stunner, and like he's still a attractive guy now or whatever, but he got thick and like crazy.
Yeah, he had like a minute of being bearable to people. Like,
Mm.
I don't know what happened there.
What about you, Tori?
Well, actually, I just realised we didn't confirm earlier. Just before I dive into this, who is your crush from Calm with Horses?
Cosmo Jarvis. I find him
Okay.
to be
Oh, okay.
no
So
the Barry Keegan or whatever his name is. What's his last name? I
yeah,
never. Okay, yes.
Keegan.
I find him attractive, but Ezra
Yeah.
Miller does what he does better.
Oh no, see, no. So I would say like Barry Keegan. I'm like, I don't know why, but I like it a lot. Whereas I find Ezra Miller quite unbearable in places. He came
That's
to
fair.
he came to the screening. I went to the last Fantastic Beasts film, the first multimedia screening, and he came, and just being in the room filming people, I just found really bloody annoying and
Was that
irritating.
his big like gown that was like made out of like the
He
puffer
wasn't.
jacket?
No, he wasn't dressed that obnoxiously. He just was obnoxious, and
Okay.
I wasn't
He
really
is
here
one
for it.
that I saw him in We Need to Talk About Kevin and fell in love
Yeah,
with him and thought he
I mean,
was
it was brilliant in that.
and he's so interesting and he has such an interesting look. I love usually my crushes are I like somebody that I don't know what they look like. Like, what is
Yeah.
his nationality? What is his background? That intrigues me. Ezra Miller forever. I cannot tell you what he is, and I find that to be so, which helps him in Hollywood too, is he can play anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a annoying one. Actually, it's odd that he has become like a mini Johnny Depp at times, where I'm like, ugh, shut up. Like, we get it. You're weird and quirky, and like I support him because he's like a very openly queer person, and that's lovely to see. But it's
Yeah.
sometimes like, oh, shut up. It's like how I feel.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about him too. Like I agree, but I'm also like, I just don't need to hear your voice all the
Yes.
time. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. The thing is, now I'm gonna forget all the most like weird ones. But seeing as we mentioned childhood, I'll go in with some solid childhood material. I feel like I may have mentioned this before. I'm not sure, but Christian Bale was was a big part of my childhood, doing like kind of a double whammy of Laurie in Little Women, and then Thomas, the animated version of himself, in Pocahontas. So yeah, I very much enjoyed Christian Bale.
He
Slightly
he's
less so now. He's become very intense, but
and I mean,
yeah,
I always thought he had an interesting face, like in American Psycho.
yeah,
He's so clean cut, so you see that jaw, and he's a very
yeah,
interesting looking guy. I adore younger him, especially in Little Women. That's kind of
yeah.
how I feel. Is similar to he's aged similar to how I feel about Keanu Reeves, where I thought like Speed Keanu Reeves is like, oh my goodness, which I love that movie, by the way. Recommendation for Speed
Yeah,
with him
I'll
and Sandra
Oh yeah,
second
Bullock.
that. I love
Yeah,
Speed.
I'll third it. It's one of my mum's favorite films, so I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my mom's favorites too. That and Twister, we watched so much growing up, the '90s. What a weird time.
Oh yeah.
God, fucking
Uh,
Paxton.
Twister, but yes. Keanu, I think, is very similar to him with Christian Bale. Where I'm like, you guys have aged. You still look like decent human beings now, but shower more, gentlemen. Shower more.
I mean, I'll take Christian Bale whatever way he comes, to be honest.
Sober.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I like
but let's hope that, because I'm sad about the press that has followed him in the last few years. The punch up here, the screaming on set at a crew member there, that's not fun. And the other person. And the other person when I was growing up was Sean Bean. Yeah.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
I thought my Richard Dreyfuss childhood crush was odd, but Sean Bean. I'm trying to think.
I had mature tastes. What can I say?
No,
I'm
I
trying
get
to think
that.
of Lord of the Rings, Sean Bean.
Yeah. So
Goldeneye, Sean Bean.
Yeah, that's true.
Goldeneye was the first thing I saw him in.
You must just fucking love Equilibrium.
So I have not seen that all the way through. I really
That's
need
so
to.
funny. I didn't even think about that. I was just like, if she would have happened to say Tay Diggs as some odd thing, I was like, Jesus Christ, they made Equilibrium.
Somebody just really showed Equilibrium to her really in a really formative time.
That's so
No, I have not seen it all the way through. Obviously, I need to. Don't be surprised if between now and next week, my streaming suggestion is, hey, I found this great film called Equilibrium.
Oh my God, we can't get away from Jean Debont. I guess he produced that one. He directed Twister and Speed, and Jesus Christ. Because I Wikipedia everything as we're talking about it, and this has just been a big circle. So,
sometimes we get into that weird synergy of that. Okay, Tori, I have a childhood era one for me. It's a weird one because this is one of my more weirder ones. I had a crush on animated Aladdin and.
Oh no, I was
Hercules.
Just about to ask about the animated. We need to have a whole other section for animated,
yes,
right?
Those were teenage Hercules in that awkward stage where he was weird while he was singing I Can Go the Distance.
Go the Distance.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was so. And now my best friend kind of looks like Hercules, shaped like he's shaped like a giant triangle, and I love that. I think it's just it's a great build. I love Hercules in that movie. I thought I wanted to be Meg because she was so sassy and how she handled Hercules, and he was so in love with her. I loved it, and I wanted to be sassy gay James Woods, and now I never want to be anything like.
Nobody wants to be any James Woods.
I have to say, EJ, sometimes I worry about how similar we are. I wanted to be sassy James Wood. I wanted to be sassy Meg, but sometimes these things don't age so well.
I've got to circle this all back around because Zeus in the American Hercules was voiced by Rip Torn, but the Swedish dub, Max von Sydow.
Well, that's actually very similar energy too. I mean, Rip Torn's like a different human, but for Zeus, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping you were going to be is voiced by Rip Torn, who is one of my crushes.
Oh God, no, but Rip Torn had a minute where he looked where he was an attractive man, Rip Torn in The Man Who Fell to Earth. I could see somebody being attracted to that Rip Torn, and then his downhill was downhill.
But he has such a cool voice and everything. I think he has such a cool energy to him.
Yeah, but if somebody was Men in Black Rip Torn, that's who I want to fuck. I'd be like, you should consider therapy, maybe.
I'm trying to think if I have a weird Rip Torn era crush. I mean, okay, this is similar. I will say an older figure I think is I find Judi Dench to be so hot. I don't know what about her, and maybe even in Cats with her weird coat and everything. I don't know. Judi Dench has an energy
in her eye.
It
Yeah.
is. She like has something that I'm like, I feel she would be so mean and bossy to me, but I would just be like, she'll give you that wink of like, I'll be nice to you later. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. I don't know. Judi Dench was my crush for a long time. I also have a weird crush on Tilda Swinton. I find her to be the most interesting looking creature in the entire world. And I
That's
don't think,
fair.
and I feel like she can look like anything at like she could like Michael Clayton. She's so like beautiful, and then in this weird way, I hate that movie.
Do you hate
And then
that movie?
I George Clooney. Ooh, that's my anti crush. George
Mm,
Clooney does nothing for me in Batman, where I should find him hot because everyone who's ever won the cow I find hot, except for Val Kilmer, he turned into a
I
pumpkin.
feel like I feel like George Clooney in From Dusk Till Dawn should be your guy.
Well, yeah, I have a haircut, the same haircut as him some of the times. Like, um, yeah, I know. I actually really like From Dusk Till Dawn. I thought Quentin Tarantino was hot in that movie as well. In a weird way, I've never felt that way about him. But yeah, I actually really like that movie. Selma Hayek in that movie, girl crush forever.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Selma Hayek would be one of my eternal loops there. Her and Penelope Cruz.
Mm.
ooh,
Always the I'd have to
that's
throw
the
them on the list.
yes, I've tried to keep it a balance between girl and guy crushes for me because I've always just been I like a weird lady as well. That's why I'm a Lady Gaga fan. I find her interestingly beautiful in a weird way as well. And that's kind of followed me forever because I've always liked weird, trashy blonde girls. I was a big Madonna fan, like Dick Tracy Madonna. I thought she was like, oh my goodness, the coolest looking
Oh
chick.
yeah.
Dick
Forgot about
Tracy,
her and
fun
Dick
movie
Tracy.
actually.
Yeah,
By the
that
way,
I like that movie.
but
Yeah, you can find an episode of Four Color Film on that where we
Mm,
surprisingly really enjoyed it. Like we did not expect to like that movie as much as we did. um,
what about you?
I
Do
gotta
you have
say,
any?
Judi Dench looked the same forever.
Yes.
Always, never a change. Like age brought some more wrinkles, but Judi Dench has always just been right there, looking exactly the same.
Similar, I think Helen Mirren has done the same thing. I feel like they're so
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Helen Mirren was hot when she was younger, but for her age, she stayed good looking.
Oh no, I saw her like
I think we touched on this the other week. Yeah, Helen Mirren is a really attractive woman,
Yeah,
just
she never.
regardless of age.
Yeah, she never really lost it.
Mm-mm-mm. Do you have any animated crushes that you remember, Alan?
Me, I don't think
Seeing as
so.
EJ mentioned Aladdin, and I definitely have a couple.
I don't think so.
ooh,
I
a
don't.
weird one for me. I don't know if anyone knows weird Nickelodeon cartoons, but there's a show called Danny Phantom that I very much like the main character from that show.
You
That
just
I'm
That
totally googling that right
ooh,
now.
okay, and there's a weird nerdy character that I like that was also animated from that movie Atlantis. I can't remember his name.
Is it
Um,
Milo?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's Michael J. Fox voiced him. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, I
he's
always thought he had
cute.
very it's that haircut. It's that 90s guy haircut that I loved where it's
Yeah,
like parted down the middle
flop.
with the two bangs.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
floppy
goodness.
long over the top, short at the back. I
Skeet
know.
Ulrich in the first Scream movie, he's a killer at the end, and spoiler alert, everyone knows that. But he is creepy. The hotter, like the creepier he gets, the hotter he got in that movie. Oh my goodness, I love Skeet Ulrich. Just that haircut though. It's that 90s Timothy
Oh,
Chalamet has it right now haircut. Oh god.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We've spoken too long about Timothy Chalamet's hair, but I'm
Yeah,
always there
that
for
and
both
that.
creeped up on us out of
You
nowhere. So
you have just broken a really embarrassing crush of mine that I should probably confess to, seeing as this was supposed to be the whole idea of it. I will briefly say, animation wise, I liked Shang in Mulan, to be topical. And also, although I was like probably old enough to know better when I finally watched it, but Howl's Moving Castle, Howl in that, I'm here for that. And also voiced by Christine Bale in the English dub. So there's a nice
that
little
it all comes around.
roundabout. Yeah, but
I
sorry, the weird one you just broke was um, Crispin Glover
Oh,
in
that's fair.
Charlie's Angels
And Charlie's ain't okay. That's fair.
oh
slash
creepy thin man.
slash
I
Back to the
love
Future. I
that.
did watch that, but I watched Charlie's Angels first, I
Fucking
think.
Crispin Hellion Glover.
Yep, I just saw him in Friday the 13th Part 4. I just watched that on Friday the 13th. And he's an angel baby in that movie and does the worst dance in cinematic history. So good. I have to show you guys a gif of that. It's my favorite thing Crispin Glover's ever done. But yes, I agree. I liked Creepy Thin Man, and I always loved that weird relationship he had with Drew Barrymore in those movies. I don't know why. First off, those movies were formative in my youth.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, well, we lost Tori for a second, and then we got her back. But
Hi.
I don't. The internet, the universe wasn't ready to hear the rest of our crushes. I think one of us has something that we're not supposed to tell each other. I think one of us has something buried in us.
Well, it's probably me. I'm very repressed.
I thought I'm supposed to be the repressed one. I'm English.
Oh yeah, I was raised Southern Baptist, so it's probably that.
Ooh, I don't know why you mentioned English and it made me think of this. I very much had a crush on every male character in the Harry Potter movies. Like collectively, I don't know why, from like Ron to Neville, before even Neville got hot, I just loved that entire cast. Like when Pattinson got there with Cedric Diggory, I just thought that was a very cute cast. And I guess I was kind of around their age, and I kind of aged.
I guess
with
it was
them.
just like
So
age familiarity, but not like different accent type thing. I don't know. I don't know, but I get what you mean.
There's so many times where like I would watch stuff growing up and it would be like Buffy. I thought like Xander was really hot, but he was like already 10 years, 15 years older than me. So I was already kind of like
I was always a Spike girl, so I was like 20 plus years older than me.
So yeah, like those are people. So with Harry Potter came around, I was like, well, these are all actors I liked, and I thought Daniel Radcliffe was really cute. I actually think he's very attractive now, and he's aged into a weirdo. Which is my other which saying age into a weirdo. Chubby Haley Joel Osment, who exists now, is my favorite thing ever. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Haley Joel Osment recently.
I saw him in Tusk. So
he is a cute little bear man, and I adore what he has evolved into. Same thing. I'll say my last bear crush. Seth Rogen is the cutest guy in the entire world. I want to smoke marijuana and just cuddle with him and watch like Cheech and Chong movies. Like I just feel like that's what me and Seth Rogen would do. I feel like people like him. Do people like him still, or do we hate him?
I don't think he's done anything to be hated.
Yeah,
okay, good.
I think I'm pretty positive towards him. Yeah, I think
I had to sit through that Green Hornet movie, and that was a fucking tragedy. But
so yeah, I never put myself through that. So.
Other than what's his name, Christoph Waltz, who was brilliant and everything. But yeah, I am still a little bitter at Rogen over that movie existing. But he's
I don't
fine.
blame Seth Rogen though.
Oh, I do. I'm pretty sure he wrote it.
That is true.
I do have one. I mean, I say final. There are so many of these questions that I have, and I'll probably remember loads of them once we've hung up. But one I did want to mention, just because I happen to have been talking about this person with colleagues a couple of days ago, and they were not okay with me liking this person. But I feel like even if you don't agree, Alan in particular, you will understand maybe because of he appears in a James Bond film is my very tenuous link. I adore Mads Mikkelsen. I'm here for that all the time. That's Le Chiffre.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a physical attraction to the man, but he is certainly one of my favorite actors. He has the oddest charisma, and I fucking love him.
And that's what it is.
Just then you have maybe it doesn't go quite as far as it does for me, but he is charismatic. I mean, I'd let that man dab a weeping eye for me any day, any day of the week.
Have you seen Valhalla Rising?
Parts of it. I need to finish it. I feel like
it's such a quiet movie, and I don't think he says a single fucking word in it, and he doesn't have to. He's brilliant.
He's just there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in fairness, he is in one of my kind of low-key favorite films ever, which is A Royal Affair, which kind of when was it? Just thinking about Nicholson, can't speak now. No, I think it came out in like 2009 or 10. He started opposite Alicia Vikander as one of her first bigger roles.
Okay.
And it's based on real life. It's about she plays I think she plays an English woman who was married to one of, I think it's Denmark's kings, and then had an affair with her doctor, and he's played by Mads Mikkelsen. and it's such a lovely film. And I always forget when people are like, "What random film should I watch?" I would always recommend that. It's so good. He is really good in it. That was a film where I was like, "Yes, Mads, I am on board." Yeah.
That's how I felt watching the series Hannibal. So I understand where I found
yes,
him
Hannibal. Yeah, I mean,
very.
if you like Mads Mikkelsen, there's a lot out there to enjoy.
Yeah, I'll always be mad that they wasted him as the villain in that first Doctor Strange movie when he was so
Yeah.
clearly the choice to play a Doctor Doom.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
very, very agreed. Oh my God, yeah.
they can still do that, we can all just forget.
He was in so much bad makeup in that movie anyway,
Yeah.
so you would never tell.
Yeah. Make that happen. Put Mads Mikkelsen in everything while you're at it. Just
Yeah.
He's one of those actors that I like. I feel like I say that though, and then I think we did that with Christoph Waltz for a couple years, and I got tired of him. So maybe I like my Mikkelsen and drops.
I don't know.
I will
I
not
didn't
get
get
tired of
tired
that.
of Christoph Waltz. He just did some things that weren't very good. He just didn't do a lot of things that I wanted to watch.
That's a good point, actually.
Speaking of somebody that could be in everything, man crush would probably be Idris Elba. Like, fucking Idris Elba is fantastic.
He is one of those guys that he dresses so well that I just find that
Yeah.
to be so like
That's what
style
it is. Like,
icon.
he dresses like, and you can tell he does it himself. He doesn't have to have a tailor like Bob Iger dressing him all the time. Like, he just has it. He just knows how to carry himself and knows how to wear a suit. He's fucking incredible.
You know what? I will add the entire cast of the movie Rock and Rolla to my list.
Okay.
Idris Elba's in that movie. Tom Hardy was my big man crush before Post Malone. That was like if I was a teenage girl, I would put like pictures of him on my wall, was Tom Hardy. Oh my goodness. I adore that man. I think he is so interesting. And Adam Driver I will put on that list too. Michael B. Jordan is another one, but those are like good crushes. Like Michael B. Jordan's like a beautiful man. But Tom Hardy, I find him to be so interesting. He has a weird past with the gay community as well, so I respect that. He's a strange figure, and I have seen him naked in enough movies and TV shows. Taboo on FX, watch it; it's pretty good.
Just about to say, if you've not seen Taboo, EJ, like you have to watch that.
Yes, no, I watched it. It's on FX on Hulu right now. Yes, Tom Hardy though, just good. I saw him in that movie. Oh God, what's the one that he plays a prisoner? Bronson.
I
adored
love
him in
Bronson. Yeah.
Again, he's good. And then in the movie Rock and Rolla, he plays a closeted gay character in love with Gerard Butler. I love that whole interaction of those two together. Very cute. Gerard Butler lets him dance with him, slow dance at the end. That's like this is all you'll get. It's so cute. I love that movie.
Butler, man.
Oh man, Gerard Butler up until like Law Abiding Citizen, which I sat through because I thought he was so
until he
hot,
just
but-
like thought he was an action star. Like he was good, and then like
Zack Snyder boosted that man's ego. He made him look so hot in 300, and Zack Snyder was like, "Baby, I got you," and no one was able to capture that.
I liked him in Schumacher's Phantom of the Opera. I liked him in
I was
several
just
things.
about to say, like that is a role I feel people kind of brush under the carpet, but for a guy who, as far as I'm aware, is not really a trained singer, I bought into that. I loved that film.
Yeah,
better than
great.
Russell Crowe trying to sing in Les Mis. So for those rough big guys that can't.
Better suited to the part, absolutely.
Yes, and you know what? Phantom is fun. Emmy Rompson was a crush I had for a while. I watched the show Shameless originally because of her, and then ended up realizing I like a lot of the other people on that show more than her. So.
That brings me around to another crush for young me, and that'd be Minnie Driver.
Ooh. Oh
Minnie
yeah,
Driver.
I watched her in the show called Riches because there's an actor in that show I had a crush on who's on Shameless as well. So
yeah,
Noel Fisher, he's good. He was the voice of Mikey in the Ninja Turtles movies. So good. But yeah, Minnie Driver was great. She has that energy. She has a similar there's a lot of those '90s kind of chicks I like too. Like it made me think of Rachel Weisz for some reason, mostly in The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rachel Weisz
I had a girl crush on her. I wanted to be her, just everything.
This might be a high compliment for you, but you remind me so much of Rachel Weisz in like the Mummy thing, where like you have this like cute nerdy energy, but also so badass too. Like, and that was just so her. And like, yeah, so you're very you give me her vibe.
Oh, EJ, we were friends forever now, whether you want to be or not.
Oh, speaking of her, fucking coming back to a man crush, like Daniel Craig, forever. Fucking him and
Yeah.
Dalton, those are my bonds, and they're both.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig just did a photo shoot for GQ recently, and like, oh my
yeah, I
goodness.
saw that.
Sure, he
Yeah,
looked
he like
fantastic.
in pants, like full on, like low unbuttoned as well. I was just like, Rachel, get your man. He is showing out. No scarf, so I guess she's fine with that.
Thank God she left.
But yeah, no,
Aronofsky.
I saw those photos, and Craig he's an interesting guy. I think like for Casino Royale, Craig is like the most beautiful thing ever. Like
Yeah, like because he's
so.
but he's also not lost it either. He's just gotten gruffer and like more
Yeah, because
attractive.
he's really
I
hot
kind
and knifed out.
Yeah, like he's like, I mean, I could understand if somebody looked at Daniel Craig and was like, "That is an ugly man." I'd be like, "Well, I get it, but also he's fucking
Nope.
hot." So
I've been there since Tomb Raider 1.
No, I would kind of say in a similar way, Sean Bean, I am fine with how he is. He's just become craggier with age, and I'm okay with that too. Like
Yeah.
obviously Daniel Craig is better like in shape, and he's more like buff, but just yeah.
Yeah.
Age becomes them.
Yeah, some people just
Sometimes some people it does work with.
yeah.
Mm.
Dang.
I like that. That was so positive. We're so like age positive here with our crushes. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are the weird ones that have like guy crushes, girl crushes. This was good. This is what I needed from us.
Yeah, we needed
us just-
something lighthearted to combat the darkness of the world.
Yep. And also, like, if anyone is ever listening to this podcast, and if like this comes onto YouTube, like, please do share your weird or not weird crushes with us. Like, I would love to know some other people's stuff.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
fun.
throw
I
this
wanna-
one up as a mini for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I want to know if I can find another. I'll say one real quick. Johnny Knoxville fans. I loved him so much.
Oh,
and the
I
Dear
like Johnny Knoxville
God.
too. Yeah, no,
I-
I liked him as well.
I'm
Yeah.
considering leaving this podcast.
Oh, that's how quickly this thing turns, is it? Like, Alan's like, no.
That's
one
okay.
of the stars of the Dukes of Hazzards movie. Alan's like, bye.
I mean, it honestly, like, sure, fine, whatever. But if somebody was like John Krasinski, I'd just be like, you're just here fucking with me.
He married too high. Emily Blunt's a beautiful woman. I can't believe he got her.
Yeah. We should instigate their divorce. Let's do what we can.
Gosh.
I don't. I mean, I would rather do it before they get Reed Richards and Sue Storm. So we got to get on this quick.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Jump on it. EJ, I'm putting you up.
Which might-
This is your task.
Well, I'm taking that to grenade. Which real quick, Alan, my other picks for Sue Storm and Reed Richards. I just thought of this: Matthew Rhys and Kerry Russell from The Americans. They're married as well, so give them the
I'd be
job.
down for that.
I think they're
Um,
great. I think he gives me the creepy vibes that I need from Reed Richards.
What?
So.
Who?
Because Reed Richards is a weirdo. I hate
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah. No,
Anyways,
you should not
okay.
like that character. He's unlikable. Who's Matthew Rhys?
Oh,
he
he's
was
the one
in-
that's in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood,
Yes,
the
Matthew
Mr.
Rhys is
Rogers film.
and he's the main character in the movie, the TV show The Americans with Kerry Russell.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind this guy. My eternal pick, and he's just too old now, is Billy Crudup, because Billy Crudup has like this really like fucked up repressed energy, and he would have been perfect. But
I thought you were saying Billy Crudup was one of your crushes. I'm like,
Oh,
you have
fuck no.
repressed male energy. You like your weird guys.
is Kerry Russell Felicity?
Yes, she is Felicity.
Okay, I can get behind this.
She's good. She was wasted in the new Star Wars movie.
She was in the new Star Wars movie.
She's the chick with the helmet that Poe spoke with.
Oh, that was Kerry Russell.
Yeah.
What a waste of her.
Did she take that mask off at any point?
We saw her eyes. We saw the
Yeah,
visor.
that was it.
And a
Okay.
little bit of the Felicity curls came out when it came out, and I was like, oh. But then
She
J.J.
deserved-
Abrams hates me, so
She deserved better than to be in that movie at all. So.
Oh, well, I mean, I was going to just wrap this up by being like, obviously, I have to mention Adam Driver, but I feel like that's kind of a foregone conclusion for many people. Like, I am not the only person who has a crush on Adam Driver.
Yeah,
I know.
he has
Get
weird
it.
energy.
he does. Like, because he's, I guess, I don't know. He's not what somebody I would consider conventionally attractive, but I get why people
Oh
find him
no, he's
attractive.
not conventional, but my tastes are not conventional. So, you know.
I started liking him in that movie Black Klansman, and that's when
That's good.
Logan Lucky,
Yeah.
and that's when I realized,
Yeah,
oh, there's layers to him that I like actually.
yeah, he's good.
He's a good actor. I want to see. I can't. That's a sidebar, but give him more roles as well that aren't Star Wars. Now
Yeah,
that he's
he
free
got me
from that
through
mess.
Marriage Story, which I thought was otherwise, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was him. It was all him. Anyway, I guess that's as good a note as any to end on. So, you can of course find us online, flickeringmyth.com. We're part of the Flickering Myth podcast network. We all write at flickeringmyth.com. You can find us on YouTube, the Flickering Myth YouTube. EJ does regular videos there. Minis of this podcast go up there on a regular basis. And I think that is about it. Oh, email us, podcast@flickeringmyth.com. So, for the Flickering Myth podcast, which I just feel like I've said 1,000 times now, I'm Alan Christian.
I'm Tori Brazier.
And I'm EJ Marino.
We will see you next Tuesday.